And the reason that we're visiting with you like this today is because we are so looking forward to you understanding that your conversation about what you want is only for the simple reason of you practicing the vibration of it. In other words, when we ask you to think about what you want, or to rampage about it, or to make lists about it, or to try to dialogue about it, to script about it, we just want you to practice the vibration of what you want. If you will find someone right now who's living something that you want, that hasn't manifested in your experience, and you will just examine them and their living of it, watch what they're doing, notice how they're feeling, practice the vibration of someone else living what you want until you own the vibration of what they're living. And when you own, meaning you've practiced it so that it comes easily to you, so that it's your point of attraction, your ongoing point of attraction, now your grid equals that, and you know it. And we want to say to you, when you know it, it's there fast. When you know it, then it's yours. When you know it, it fleshes in all the fullness that you want, you see. So do you want to have everything that you want? Say no. Do you want right now to have everything that you want? Do you want right now to have everything manifested? Do you really want everything manifested right now? Or are you looking forward to practicing the vibration of it? Do you think a painter would have very much fun painting if he could just go zap? Ooh, good. That was really good. Zap. Oh, man. Man. Zap, 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 zap. Now I need a warehouse. I'm going to hold off on this a little while. I got too much stuff happening. I don't have a place to put it. You don't want that kind of manifestation. You don't want that. You don't want things to just show up. You want them to come to you in perfect timing and in perfect order. And you want them to set you up for the next desire. Really, you do. Everything that you now are in the process of attracting to you, once it gets there, it's just the new framework. It's just the new bouncing off place for something else, you see. So we're going to continue to trap audiences for years into the future by saying, do you know what you want? And they're going to tell us, yes, I know what I want because I have this long list of not yet manifested things. And I talk about this list with my friends, and we yearn together, longing for the fulfillment of this unfulfilled list. And we say, that's not what we mean by wanting. By wanting, we mean, and we know, don't write letters to Esther. We know that wanting sort of speaks of wanting. It sort of speaks of things not yet come. You're wanting for something. I'm wanting for something. So let's use the word desire. Do you have desire for things not yet manifested? Isn't that great? And do you hold those things as your object of attention while you practice yourself into vibrational alignment with them? And do you feel movement? Can you feel when you've moved from ornery to hopeful? Can you feel when you've moved from hopeful into believing and from believing into knowing? And then it manifests. So what we're really talking about more than anything is a little bit of hindsight here. Because when a contrasting experience has happened to you, and the contrast has helped you to identify that there are some components missing in what you think would be a perfect experience, and so you know that you're asking for something that you must not be up to speed with because, why? If you were up to speed with it, you'd be living it now. If you were vibrationally up to speed with your desire, you'd be living it in its full, fleshed out, see it, smell it, taste it, hear it, touch it version now. And if you're not, then you're not up to speed. But isn't that okay? Isn't that all right? Don't you want plenty of things that you're moving toward? And so, can you feel what we're getting at here? Not yet, but you will. Can you feel that what we're wanting you to do? We're wanting you to start feeling happy about your now, no matter what it is, because you've still got your hands in the clay, and it's still satisfying to you to mold it. It's still satisfying to you to explore contrast and realize that your life about this subject could be better than it is. And to feel eager anticipation about you thinking the thoughts that will accommodate that. About you thinking the thoughts that will make it easier for you to be the recipient, the fleshed out version of these things that you want. So often when we visit with our physical friends, we feel them wanting a manifestation and believing that once that manifestation has been experienced, that then they will be satisfied. And we want you to know, you got to be satisfied that you're asking. You got to be satisfied that you're playing the game. You got to be satisfied that you're in this contrasting environment where you get to select. You got to be satisfied that there are endless things not yet fulfilled for you. You got to be satisfied that you are a genius creator who has access to the energy that creates worlds, and that you have a backup system of focus and energy that will help you be the full-blown liver of anything that you choose, So when someone says to you, do you know what you want? And you stop and think, what is it that I want? Because I know for sure that when I identify it, it's mine. Because you've been putting the pieces of it in the vortex. Do you understand how this all works? You've been putting the pieces of it in the vortex, so it exists. But until you own it, until you know it, until you identify it as your desire from your place of no resistance, from your place of no doubt and no fear and no angst. In other words, in good time, it's coming to me. In perfect order, all things unfold to me. I am the receiver of all that I want. It's just my job to sift through this glorious contrast. And by contrast, we don't mean the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, we do. But we mean the variety. We mean the variety. Sift through the variety in order to activate within myself, activate within me, a vibration that then sets the momentum forth. It is so delicious for us to interact with those like you, because you are already out there on the leading edge of desire. And now you are out there on the leading edge of understanding what that desire really means. What responsibility do you hold to your desire? And we just want to point out to you that usually when you think about desire, you think about not yet fulfilled things. And when you're thinking usually about not yet fulfilled things, you're thinking about them in a way that they cannot then be fulfilled. Because in your awareness of what you think is the absence of the fulfillment of them, you offer a vibration that hinders the momentum. Best conversation we've had so far about deliberate creation. And best conversation we've had so far, and by conversation we mean it because we're getting the feedback from you as we move along. Best conversation we've had so far about what allowing is. Best conversation we've had so far about what the vortex really is. Best conversation we've had so far about what contrast provides for you. And best conversation we've had so far about how you stand eternally in a place of evolution. And since that is true, it's time for you to stop taking negative score about where you stand, because where you stand is perfect. And friends, there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. You just have to identify it. So how often do you say, I'd like to have that. I would like to have that. But, and what are the valid, by your perspective, reasons for the alternate thought that you are inserting? But I don't have time. As you argue for your limitations, or as you point out in further defensiveness that it isn't done yet, that's the thing you're doing that's practicing the vibration that's slowing the momentum, you see. So we know that words don't teach. Strange that we offer so many. And we know that you can only hear what you're vibrationally up to speed with. But it is our knowing that a whole lot of you are vibrationally up to speed with this conversation that we're having right now. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. We just want your heart to sing in the identification of it. Because when you are joyously identifying something that you desire, that means that you are vibrationally in the vicinity of it. And that means the fulfillment of it in terms of seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it is going to be way fun for you. When we say to you, you're not ever going to get it done, does it make you feel tired? Or does it make you feel eager? Jerry and Esther had a friend years ago who would say to people who were complaining about being tired, don't worry, honey, you can rest in heaven. And Esther would think, I really don't think that's right. I don't get the sense that that's what's going on in that non-physical realm. I think there's a whole lot of eagerness going. When you strike the right vibrational pose with yourself, you are then the receiver, the allower of that non-physical eagerness that you have already rallied because of what you've got going on in your vortex, you see. We are eager. Feel the depth of that word. To visit with you about anything that matters to you. Prepare yourself for conversation that's going to take you into a new place. And get ready to be the owner of your desire. And then the happy observer of wonderful things just lining up. You see, when you get this, and you are, and when you practice it, and you will, and then manifestations come on the heels of your deliberate turning of your phrases and thinking of your thoughts, then you'll feel that hands in the clay thing. And then you will begin to feel invincible. You will feel the same invincibility that you felt when you made the decision to come into this physical body to begin with. You'll see this time-space reality as the platform to inspire you to the specifics of your individual and important desires. But there will be no doubt within you about your worthiness or about your ability or about your capability or about the harmonious cooperation of the universe who is behind you and working with you 24/7. That means all the time. What do you want to talk about? You are a lot of trouble. We can feel it already. Our favorite thing, trouble. Stand if you think it's you. Further back. Stand again. You're the one. Someone start walking, we'll just whack 'em all you. Not you. Yes, you. Wait. Everybody sit down. Not on the back row. Yes. So, what's that about? We want you, not you. We want you, not you. We want you, not you. Now think about it. So, was not you pushing against, or was it just identifying you? What was it? Not you, but you. And don't take this personally. Not you, but you. Is not you pushing against when you say, no, I don't want that? Isn't that part of the identifying of what you do want? So, do semantics matter at all? Or are you just sifting it all out and figuring it out? So, if you hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you want enough, then there's no confusion about who comes forward or what comes forward. You see what we're getting at? Oh, it's you.